Shalom, shalom, Brother Kadash.
Shalom, Brother Quina.
I want to start off by giving all praise to
Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Kadash. Back at it another week, man. We out here, feeling good out. Still out here putting in this work, man. Coming out here to, feed the flock, feed the sheep, trying to drill it in our people's heads, man, that we still pushing this law, statutes, and commandments. We got to follow the law despite whatever you done heard. You know what I'm saying? Despite whatever these other religions telling you, it's still about the law, statutes, and commandments, first and foremost. That's how we get salvation. And so that's the main important thing that we need to do in order to get that. You know what I'm saying? So this camp, we're going to do this camp, man. It's going to be on knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, because knowledge, wisdom, and understanding is the foundation that we need, knowing what we got to do in order to get to where we going, or in order to get to where we trying to go, right? So you can have knowledge and you can have wisdom, just like me and the brother we was talking about. You can have knowledge and you can have wisdom, but without understanding, those two are dead. You know what I'm saying? Because you can have all the knowledge in the world, but you don't know what to do with it, right? But a lot of people try to direct their lives off their own understanding, and the scriptures talk against that. You know what I'm saying? The knowledge and wisdom and understanding that we talking about comes from the Lord. That's what we need. That's what we want to feed our people. That's how we gonna make it. You got something you want to say?
Yeah, and then like we were saying earlier, you got to know how to apply that knowledge and wisdom. You can't have knowledge and wisdom, you know what to do, but then when it's time to do it, you don't do it. You don't apply the knowledge and wisdom. You see what I'm saying? That's like knowing how to start a fire in a forest. You know how to start one with just wood. But then when you get in that position, you don't do it. You sit there and just say, oh man, I wish I had a fire, but you know how to start one. You see what I'm saying? You got to know how to apply. You can have the wisdom and knowledge in your head all day, but you got to know how to apply it.
Yep. So, just like I said, the knowledge and wisdom is dead without the understanding. So, without further ado, we're going to jump right into the scriptures.
Yep. Proverbs 24, I'm just going to start at verse 1. Be not envious against evil men, neither desire to be with them. For their heart studieth destruction, and their lips talk of mischief.
Yeah, just like, right, so that's powerful. Because it said, be not envious of evil men, nor desire to be with them. Just like it says a precept to that Amos 3:1. Can two walk together unless they be agreed? Right? So you're not going to desire to be with somebody. I mean, like, you're going to desire to be with somebody like-minded. Just like I was telling my brother. I was talking to my brother on the phone, and he was like, man, why you don't be really hanging with the fam and stuff like that? I'm like, man, I just be trying to be more around like-minded people. You know what I'm saying? It ain't nothing against my family or nothing like that, but I'm just not on what they on. You know what I'm saying? So
this verse 3. Through wisdom is a house built, and by understanding is it established.
Exactly.
And by knowledge shall the chambers be filled with all precious and pleasant riches. A wise man is strong, a man of knowledge increaseth strength.
Exactly. So that knowledge and wisdom, you got to get that knowledge and wisdom, but the best place to get it from is from the Lord, the Creator. You know, the one who what they call the one who know it all.
Yep, that's what real power is, knowledge.
Exactly.
Real power is knowledge, because to know what's going to happen at the end, that's knowledge. The word know goes into knowledge. That's where the word knowledge comes from.
Yeah, it's like one of the root words.
To know how to take Esau down, to know how to build the kingdom, to know how to build the earth. That's all that word know comes. Knowledge comes from that word know. So what's the Lord power? He knows everything.
And how you think King Solomon became the richest man to ever live? Because he had all the knowledge. You know what I'm saying? He knew everything. He knew how to move. He knew, like, that's why in the Apocrypha, the wisdom, I mean, well, it's in the Bible too, but the wisdom of Solomon is very powerful.
Yep, I got some of that too. I got a precept too. And then, like, how you think Yahweh Shai became the greatest man to ever walk the earth? He knew. He had knowledge. When he came on, they was asking questions, right?
Yeah,
he was answering. Everybody came to him to get knowledge.
And how old was he? He was like 12
He started
years old.
young, he started young. Yep.
That's why they were so astounded, because he was in the temple with the priests.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And everybody else that was in there, they was learning from the priest. But then he came in there, and the priest is astounded, because they're like, man, we been in the temple. We ain't taught him, but he already got the knowledge and wisdom. You know what I'm saying? That they was teaching.
That's like us being out here teaching, right? Everything we teaching, and a 12-year-old boy walk up and just get to teaching everything we teaching and know everything we know, if not more. And just get to breaking down scriptures. Yeah. A 12-year-old boy, we gonna be like,
damn, okay. You know what I'm saying? But it's gonna be crazy to us. You know what I'm saying? Because shit, at 12 years old, we wasn't thinking about the Bible. You know what I mean? We wasn't. You know what I mean? We probably. I'm talking about, like, we just weren't thinking about the Bible at 12 years old. We was running around on bikes and shit, chasing after little girls.
Yeah.
You know?
Facts. This is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 1. I got a precept, verse 1. Straight from the top. Love righteousness, ye that be judges of the earth, think of the Lord with a good heart. And in simplicity, simple of heart, seek him. So you got to do things in a simple way. Stop adding to things and stop complicating things. Just follow what the Lord said to do. You know what I mean? Go out there and do what you need to do to get salvation, bro. Stop worshiping man. Stop being a groupie. Stop adding shit. Stop complicating shit. You don't need all that. It says, for he will be found of them that tempt him not, and showeth himself into such as do not distrust him. You ain't got to worry about traders and agents. There's no way that you can know if a guy is an agent. You know, I see a camp, they kind of praise it, saying, man, we done had good success at kicking agents out. And then one of your top people that you look at could be an agent the whole time. You just don't know yet. It ain't been revealed yet.
Right.
So you don't fucking know if you had success or not, because the time ain't came yet. So just stop worrying about that shit. Did Yahushua worry about Judas Iscariot betraying him? Did he try to stop him?
Nope.
He could have stopped. He could have out him and said, look, this guy's gonna betray me. Peter, get up and grab him. Go chain on. He didn't do none of that. He'd been knowing that he was gonna betray him. He just kept teaching the truth. He wasn't worried about that shit. He kept teaching the truth. He kept spreading the good gospel. He wasn't worried about it. When it came, it came. It is what it is.
Yeah, it's just like I just did a video on Mark 3 when he had healed the other man's hand. You know what I'm saying? He knew what the Pharisees were sitting around waiting on him to do, and it was on the Sabbath. He could have just been like, nah, or like, you know, whispered in his ear like, man, look, man, we're gonna wait till the Pharisees leave, then I'm gonna, you know what I mean? He already knew, but that had to be on record.
And then Peter denied the Lord 3 times. So, I mean, what are we really talking about? Y'all still love Peter? Y'all still think, if you still love Peter and believe that Peter is a man of the Lord, but you can't forgive your brother that you see in person, but you forgive Peter, he denied the Lord 3 times. That's a fact. That's not feelings. Facts over feelings. That's a fact.
That's a fact.
But y'all down running around here saying, well, Peter betrayed the Lord. He denied him. So you can forgive your brother for little small shit, man. We can't always be at odds, bro. But at the same time,
that's like how we get stronger. You know what I'm saying?
We like the dumbest people on earth right now because we went against the Lord. We don't know how to come together. We don't know positions. Everybody want to play the same position. It's like a basketball team. You got everybody playing the point guard. You got a basketball team full of point guards. Y'all gonna get smoked. Somebody got to play center. Somebody got to play power forward. Somebody got to play shooting forward. We don't know offices. We don't know positions.
They got a group out. I think it's like a little, if I'm not mistaken, it's like a little, you know, rap group. I think they try to turn it to a rap group. And everybody in front of their name, I think I might have spoken on this before, but everybody in front of their name is CEO. CEO this, CEO that, but they a group though, and I'm thinking to myself like, man, that's so out of order right there. It's just crazy.
Gotta have
everybody can't be CEO, man.
No, everybody can't be the brain. Everybody can't be the muscle. You can't have the littlest dude trying to be the toughest dude of the group. This ain't the mafia, man.
Yeah.
Like they had the little killer dude.
Sonny?
Sonny was a tough dude. Yeah. It's not the mafia, bro. If you got a bigger dude that's stronger, he the muscle. What little baby say, how all this muscle, you can't use it. You know what I mean? If you got a brain, he the brain. If you got a smooth talker, he a smooth talker. If you got the hustler, he the hustler. You got different positions. You come together and put it together like a basketball team. And what happens when a basketball team win a championship? Everybody get a ring.
Exactly. And that's the foundation. You know what I'm saying? Having that put in order like that is the foundation. That's knowledge, wisdom, and understanding.
Yep.
Now, everybody on the team gotta have knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. Now, people got them on different levels, but you got your knowledge, wisdom, and understanding if you know, okay, I'm the point guard, and you play your point guard position.
Yeah, and the other players too.
Exactly.
You gotta know, lean on my point guard to do this.
Exactly.
If he the point guard, I'm gonna lean on him to do this. If it's the center, I'm gonna lean on the center to do this. Don't try to play his position.
Yeah.
If you got a guy that's the hustler, go to the hustler and say, look, I already know I could do this shit too, but I already know this what you specialize in. Let me go ahead and run this play through you because you're going to take it to a whole other level because you specialize. If you got a guy that's the muscle and some shit go down, go to the muscle. Don't try to hop out here. I can handle my own too. I can handle my own personally. But if I got the muscle, I'm going to go to the muscle. Yeah, I can take care of it. But you the muscle. I ain't going to do it like you do it.
Yeah, exactly.
If you got to do this, the brain, rely on the brain. Go to him. Hey, bro, I didn't figure some shit out. What you think?
And look, and also what does that do? It brings us back to the 12 tribes, right?
Yep,
because when you read Genesis 49, it lets everybody know the 12 tribes. It lets you know your position, just like the tribe of Issachar, right? They was the brains as far as directions. Like they was like the human sundial.
And they was like
You know what I'm
workers
saying?
too.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Then you got
They work hard. They work
Gad.
fast.
Yeah,
Yep.
Gad. They was the
They
warriors.
was warriors.
You know what I'm saying? And everybody, when we was together, everybody played their position. You didn't have Gad trying to play Judah position,
Right.
and you didn't have Judah trying to play Gad position.
But that's what you got today.
Exactly.
And that's why we all fucked up and out of order.
I found it. Now we're not applying the knowledge, wisdom, understanding from the Lord. That's why it was so imperative. That's why He put the law in place. You know what I'm saying? The law in place to keep us strong, to keep us in power.
And that's what Esau do. You ever
Yeah.
been to a bar of white boys? They instantly in a position. You know
Yeah.
who the toughest white boy in there is.
Real
You know
life.
who the tech white boy is. The one,
Yeah.
the smartest one that could do some tech shit and help everybody out. You know what I
The
mean?
instigator, you know who the scary
You know
one
who the
is.
instigator. You know who the scary
You know
one
who the
is.
womanizer is.
You know who
they
the
all
Mac
in.
is. You know who the Mac is. You know, look, this white boy, he macking all the little white girls.
Facts.
He you know,
Yeah,
you got
yeah.
Justin Timberlake. He might be a Jake though, but you know the white boy that's a singer that got style. You know what I mean? You know
Justin, on some Justin Bieber shit.
yeah, you know what I mean. But then you know the big swole meathead muscle white boy. You know, okay, he the tough one. He been
Drinking
in the
all the
army.
beers and shit. He the one chugging the beers, smashing bottles on
You
his
know
head.
the truck driver white boy. They got
Right.
knowledge of truck drive. You know the white boy that builds fast cars. Come on, man. As soon as you go in, like you going to this little bar right here, the Alamo, and you go in there with the white boys on a Saturday. You gonna go in there. You can identify everybody and what everybody do. Cause they
Right.
got positions. You go in here, going to the bar down the street with the niggas. You ain't gonna know who is who. Cause everybody look like the main dude.
Everybody in competition with each other. You know what I'm saying? You got everybody hating on each other.
Let me finish my precepts so I can get back to you. Verse 2, for he will be found of them that tempt him not, and showeth himself into such as do not distrust him. That's more knowledge. You got to trust him. For forward thoughts separate from God. So you adding, when you start adding to this truth, that's a good precept right there.
Well, let me see.
It says, for forward thoughts separate from God. What does that mean? You're adding thoughts. You're not thinking the way of what the Lord said to do. Now you starting to have forward thoughts. Okay, the Lord said do this and do that. Okay, I did that. Now I'm finna add to it. Now I'm finna take this shit to this level and do this and do that. Now you having forward thoughts, but it said forward thoughts separate from God.
Yeah. And that's when you start losing, and then that's when you're gonna find shit starting to go wrong.
Yeah, you start.
You know what I'm saying?
separating
That's where you find out like, okay, damn. That wasn't very wise to do.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
You should have stayed in your protection. You should have stayed behind your shield. The Lord is your shield. Stay behind it, man. As soon as you move past that shield thinking you sweet, you get hit with an arrow. Just like if you got a wife. If she start having forward thoughts, you already done set up everything. Look, babe, do this, do this, do this, do this, do this, you know what I mean? And everything goes smooth. Because if something don't go smooth, then the blame come back on who? You, because you told her what to do and she did what you told her to do.
Okay.
But when she start having forward thoughts and then going to go do her own shit, something go wrong, now I'm not to blame because I didn't tell you to do that. Now you to blame. Because you wouldn't did some extra shit that I never told you to do. But as long as she stay behind you, her shield, if shit do go wrong, I'll take the blame for it because you did exactly what I told you to do. I can't blame you because you did exactly what I told you to do.
Exactly.
But when you start adding that extra shit, forward thoughts, you starting to separate from it. Now I can't control this shit. Let me
Yeah.
keep going. And his power, when it is tried, reproof is unwise, which you said going to wisdom, right? So it's unwise to separate from the Lord. For into a malice soul, wisdom shall not enter. You got a malice soul, wisdom not going to enter, you're going to be blind. Nor dwell in the body that is subject to sin. For the Holy Spirit of disciple will flee deceit and remove thoughts that are without understanding. So you're going to have some thoughts without understanding, but you got to remove that shit. Shake that shit off, like Mariah Carey said. It says, it will not abide when unrighteousness cometh in. One more. And for wisdom is a loving spirit and would not acquit a blasphemer of his word. For God is witness of his reins and a true beholder of his heart and a hearer of his tongue. So yeah, speak on that. It says wisdom is a loving spirit.
Yeah, because just like me and the brother, we was talking before camp. And he was like, which I already knew, you know what I'm saying, because I feel the same. He was like, bro, I'll never tell you something or never put you in a position that's going to hurt you. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, that's a loving spirit, because you're going to tell your brother something. You're not going to tell your brother to do something that you wouldn't do, no matter what it is. You know what I'm saying? So that's a loving spirit. You know what I mean? So you might encounter somebody that you love dearly, right? And you see them going off. You know what I'm saying? Now, they might take you coming to them, and, you know, kind of trying to, like, give them advice away. It might make them feel some type of way. They might think you trying to down them or something like that, but you really not. You trying to give them the wisdom that you feel that's going to help them get to a better position. And that same wisdom, you're not just giving them just any random wisdom. You're giving them shit that you would use for yourself if you was in that position. You know what I'm saying? That's a loving spirit.
And that's what we got to start doing more of, because like even when you look at us who call ourselves Israelites, do you see a loving spirit amongst the heads of different groups and stuff like that? No, you see hatred. So what does it mean? If wisdom is a loving spirit and all you see is hatred going for them, then guess what? They ain't got no wisdom.
Yeah,
because they feel like, man, I gotta break this down. They feel like they 1,000 members is it, or they 1,000 members is going to be enough to get us to where we need to go. So if you really had knowledge, you would say, man, we have to figure out something with the rest of these camps and come together, because it's going to take all of us. I understand, like, I want us all to come together, but I understand that if the rest of these guys don't do it, then we all do it.
Right.
But the elect going to be saved, though. But that's not an excuse that the elect's going to be saved. That's not an excuse for us just to keep hating each other. Because all it's going to do is prolong the elect being saved. We're going to still be here. No man knows the time or the day. We're going to still be here going through the shit we're going through, man. Because we can't come together.
I mean, yeah, instead of always, like, and I feel like, right, too, and this not to go off, but instead of always get on a video and rebuking a brother, like, you know what I'm saying, downplaying a brother, something like that, you could get on there and be like, look, bro, now, people are trying to throw this in there. You know what I'm saying? They're trying to throw this in their video just so they can try to say, or they can go back and be like, well, look, I did say this and that. But you don't really mean that shit. You know what I'm saying? You got to go in there. Like, I feel like if you're going to rebuke a brother and he's steady going off, just because you know what we got to do just to get up out of here, you got to rebuke him, but just leave it at that. Why you got to make 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 videos on it? Just make one video.
On fire.
You know what I'm saying?
I'd be on fire.
Just one video. I'll make one video like, look, bro, I feel like you went off because of this. Well, I see this, you got this image, from my understanding to go back to that. You're doing this, you're doing that. I don't agree with that. The Bible say this. Boom, and then I'm done. He might make a response video to it. I ain't gonna clap back. I already said what I said. You know what I'm saying? I'm moving on because we still gotta do the work. And I can't get distracted off this shit. You know what I'm saying?
We not entertainers.
Exactly.
Fuck YouTube, bro. If you see a brother going off, reach out to him personally.
Exactly.
If you care so much to make a video on him, then you care enough to reach out to him personally outside of YouTube. Get in contact with him, bro. You got an email, bro. You got a Facebook, you got a WhatsApp. How can I contact you and have a conversation, just me and you? Or I come on the comment board and then after we have our little conversation, I delete all this shit so can't nobody see it. Yeah. We say what we gotta say on the comment board, then I delete all this shit so can't nobody see it. Reach out to a brother, man, because you'll be surprised how a brother reacts when you put him on video on the lives compared to if you just sit down and reach out to him. Hey, yeah, I care about you. That's why I'm trying to come to you. Hey, you know how you was breaking that down? man, that's wrong, bro. We don't look at it that way. And then this is the reason why we look at it and start breaking it down. What you think about that, huh? You see what I'm saying? And then don't force it on them right there and then. This is what Paul was teaching, Apostle Paul. You can't, sometimes it take people more time to get something that you already know. Yeah. So you gave them the knowledge, you planted a seed in them, let that seed grow.
Yeah, now
check
let
back
the 6
months, yeah.
Exactly.
6 months later, check back and say, hey, I know last time we talked, we left just disagreeing with each other. What you think now? That's the spirit of love. You trying to rebuke these dudes is rebuking out the spirit of hate. Yeah. Oh, this motherfucker agent, this motherfucker going on.
Yeah, one thing I learned, these niggas think that they can change destiny. They think that they can control destiny, so they think by them getting on the book, getting on YouTube and trying to demonize something, bro, like, whatever is going to happen, it's supposed to happen. Like, bro, you can't stop an agent for agent. If the Lord got to set up for an agent to come into your camp and be an agent and then eventually take y'all down, that was the plan.
There's nothing you can do.
There's nothing you can
do.
So
why is you trying?
You know what I'm saying?
You just trying to keep it's scare tactics to keep power.
Exactly.
Just keep doing the word. We don't care.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is.
Y'all scared of Esau because what Esau's trying to link us to the Muslims, and then Esau's gonna try to. You can't stop that because if that happens, then the Lord deemed that to happen. You can say whatever you want to say about Quran Kadash. If we end up being elect, there ain't nothing you say whatever you want to say. It don't matter. So at the end of the day, all that bullshit that be going on YouTube and feelings, it just simply don't matter.
It just don't matter.
Because whatever it's gonna be, it's gonna be. That's
why one of the reasons why I respect IUIC. Because they don't do no response videos on no camp that say nothing about them.
Shalom.
Shalom.
How you doing? We just out here teaching the truth, man. Teaching in the Bible, which I'm not sure you heard of the Hebrew Israelites before. Yep, that's what we are. Yep.
I see y'all play.
Yeah, we out here just trying to spread the good gospel.
You look familiar. You from around here?
I'm Kadash.
Bruce, man. Shalom, man.
Shalom. I'm Pana. You look. You from around here?
Yeah, I grew up here in 1970.
Yeah. You look familiar. You look like I seen you.
I see y'all got your friends on and everything. That made me stop. Yeah, y'all telling the truth, 12 tribes.
Yeah, 12 tribes. That's us, you know. We just out here trying to push the good gospel to
y'all
our people.
telling it's true.
Up. You know, we could be doing anything right now to all type of madness, but we out here trying to set an example for our brothers to start.
I like that,
together,
man. Hey, what because I know y'all got a thing in St. Louis, but what is it here in Springfield though?
Us here in Springfield, our channel is Israelite Covenant Oil, but we just look at it like we Hebrew Israelites.
Yeah.
We don't wanna really like break up into groups and stay separate. We just wanna look at it. We want people to 12 tribes of Israel.
We learn from all different camps.
Yeah.
Certain things, like we got our foundation from one camp, but we started what we got going on right here started from us being on the internet, watching the camps, and then got inspired.
So y'all be filming this stuff too?
Yeah, we online, yep.
You online right now?
Yeah, we got YouTube, yep.
Oh, okay.
So our thing is we want to come together as one people, because even when we start the ABC boys, the DEF boys, the XYZ boys, we still separating ourselves by these names and these groups. Why not just be one people? When you look at, like, let's just take an example, the people that claim to be us, the Israelis. Do they say we the Israeli ABC boy? No, they just I'm an Israeli.
Yeah, man. Because I remember what they did. All that fighting was about like 2 years ago or something like that. About a year ago, 2 years ago.
About what?
When they was doing all that fighting,
That had something to do with Kyrie and them.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, they was trying to say he was anti-Semitic. That's what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
But you see how they get respect when they get on their crybaby stuff. They go online.
Yeah,
they go to news, they get respect because they come together as a body. So that's our problem. Like, even if you just take Springfield, why do we make 10 times less than an average white family? Why are we over here in the hood and they over there in the rich areas?
That's true.
Why? Because they come together and they compete as a nation.
That's true.
We got to come together and compete as a nation. The Arabs, they can come to Springfield and they build chicken shacks, they build car lots, they build hair salons for our women. They sell everything to our people, and they take that money. Do they invest that back in the hood? Do they build buildings and give our people jobs? They give their people jobs, they take that money and they send it back to their people.
That's true.
Because they come and they work together as a unit, as a team. So that's where our main message is coming out here, saying that we got to come together as a people and it come back to our Lord, right? And follow his ways, because he set up law, statutes, commandments that help us be civilized amongst each other. Do not kill, do not steal for your brother, don't sleep with your brother's wife. Those are good things, right?
Yeah, that's
because
right.
if you sleep with your brother's wife, he gonna want to kill you. So don't sleep with his wife, don't kill him, don't steal from him, honor your mother and your father, take a rest day, you know, just a couple of the laws. And there's many more. So a lot of people don't really like the Bible. Well, a lot of our people dislike the Bible because it was used against us during slavery. Now, just because somebody take a Bible and they use it against us, don't mean that the Bible isn't good for us. It's just they know that we love this Bible and we followed this Bible. So now let's use that against them.
Yeah, that's true.
Because what happened with Nat Turner?
Yeah.
When he started reading the Bible. Did he say, no, this Bible is bad, we don't like this? No, he said, wait, we the Israelites.
Yeah.
Wait, what they doing is wrong. It says it right here in the Bible. Putting us in slavery, taking the land from the Native Americans, which is our brothers too.
Yeah, that's true. Well, man, let me go and get what they get, man.
Okay.
I appreciate you, brothers, man.
Yeah.
Next time. Y'all be out here. Y'all be out here again?
Every week.
Every week, every Sunday.
Every Sunday be here? All right.
Yeah. And our Lord name is Yahweh, and his son name Yahweh Shah. You probably heard that.
You heard that? You heard that before?
Yeah, I heard that before.
Okay. Yep. All right, all right, Alex.
Shalom. I'll pick it back up. You said Proverbs 2, what verse?
6 verse, I think.
Verse 6. Proverbs 2, verse 6. For the Lord giveth wisdom, out of his mouth cometh knowledge and understanding.
Exactly. And that's what you apply to your life. You know what I'm saying? Once you get that knowledge and wisdom from the Lord, then you apply it to your life, and then that's how you succeed. And just like the brother just read, you know, people are trying to take the Lord's word and then they have forward thoughts. You know what I'm saying? And that's how they get to add to it. I got a precept too.
Got more on this one too?
Yeah, you keep reading.
Yeah, I'm just asking.
Go ahead.
Verse 7. He layeth up sound wisdom for the righteous. He is a buckler to them that walk uprightly. He keepeth the path of judgment and preserveth the way of his saints.
Yeah. So this a precept. This Matthew 4:4. But he answered. Wait, let me see. Yeah, I'll just read verse 4 to get straight to the point. But he answered and said, "It is written, man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceedeth out of the mouth of God, out of the mouth of Yahweh." Right? And it said that's how you live. That's how you have eternal life. You know what I'm saying? That's the knowledge and the wisdom and the understanding that we need, you know, to live good lives. You know what I'm saying? Healthy lives. Like, that's why the dietary law put in place. I was just having this conversation with my grandmother. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm 29, right? I'm 29 years old. Every majority of all my, like, let's say for instance, it's 7 of us. It's 7 of us. 5 out of the 7. I think 5 out of the 7 of my family got high blood pressure. But listen though, we always grew up eating the same thing. We always grew up eating that. But it came a point in time where I stopped. They still eating that same shit. And so now they getting that they getting the results of why the dietary laws put in place and what it was put in place for and how it can benefit us. You know what I'm saying? Most of my peers got high blood pressure and they got it at a young age. You know what I mean? So that just shows that's the knowledge of, you know, kind of being healthy longer. It's by following the dietary law. Just one point, just to, you know, throw out there.
Revelations 21, verse 19 to add to what the brother said. Matter of fact, verse 18. For I testify to every man that heareth the word of the prophecy of this book. If any man shall add unto these things, God shall add unto him the plagues that are written in his book. A lot of brothers gonna be guilty of that. They didn't add it to the prophecies, man. It's crazy.
You see it all the time in the videos that the brothers do.
They be making prophecies themselves.
Yeah.
You adding. Just go off the prophecies that's in the Bible, break it down to the best of your knowledge, right? But don't add a prophecy. Well, I'll prophesy that this is going to happen this year, or this is going to be the year of this. Verse 19. If any man shall take away from the word of the book of this prophecy, God shall take away his part out the book of life. You got to be careful. You got brothers that's kind of like, which they don't have to say the shit. I don't know why they be putting themselves in this position. They don't really like certain books. Who's the author of this book? Just saying shit to kind of get away from certain books. Even if you feel that way, why you gotta say it, bro?
Right.
because you got to be very careful. You walking on a tread line. The Lord is
a real thing.
The Lord is an austere man. His judgments are stern. So if any man should take away the word of this book of his prophecy, God should take away his part out the book of life.
Hey, how you doing, sis?
Hello, how you doing?
Bye-bye. We just out here preaching the word. If you don't mind me asking, what's your nationality?
I'm Moorish American.
I'm sorry?
Moorish American.
Moorish?
Moorish.
Moorish? Okay. What's your father
yeah.
ethnicity?
Moorish. My mother's Caucasian.
Your mom's Caucasian?
Yes, sir.
Your father would be what, so-called black or something?
I go by Moorish. I'm not
you go by Moors, yeah, but I'm saying that's why I said so-called black.
Black.
Yeah, they would
right,
call them
okay.
black, because that same thing they call us, so-called black, but ain't none of us
Right.
black.
Y'all got a card?
We brown.
No, we just be out here every week. We got a YouTube channel, Israelites Covenant Oil.
Yeah.
You see us on there, and we just post our videos. We come out here just to let our people know that we are the Israelites of the Bible, and you know, we got to follow the law, statutes, and commandments.
You guys post on there the law, statutes, and commandments on your YouTube channels?
Yeah, we speak about them.
And then with the Moors, you know, go back to King James. So we read out the King James Bible, you know, and he was a king in Europe, you know. So King James, and I go back to the Moors because during that time, so-called black people was in rulership. So I know what you're talking about is the Moors. They were kings and stuff like that. Right. So that's where we coming from. All we saying is even before that, if you trace back even further than that, we would call you an Israelite, a Hebrew Israelite. But a lot of Hebrew Israelites, we became Moors, and then we became Americans.
Oh yeah, so a Moor, yeah, I know what a Moor is.
Yeah.
It wasn't resonating. A Moor, they used to call people Moors, like that was a name that they put on dark-skinned people.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't like a nationality. It was just, that's how they identify, because they used to even call East Indians, like, you know, like East Indians, they got dark skin. You know, you got Africans, like Ethiopians, stuff like that, Arabs. We all one shade or another of dark or brown. You know what I mean? Not black, but brown.
And that's our people because we were scattered into all those nations.
Yeah.
So it's still the same people.
I'll look y'all up on YouTube.
Yeah.
Okay.
Israelite
All right.
Covenant.
Have a good day.
You too.
Bye-bye. Yep. So going with the Moors, you know, they were kings and stuff. But it's no different than, like, Issachar saying they were the Aztecs. Yeah, they were Aztecs. But where were you before you were the Aztecs? Hebrew Israelites. So we just tracing it back. Like some of our people, they'll go through their history and say, look, we come from the Moors. You're right, because King James would be considered a Moor.
Yeah, we would be considered a Moor.
Yeah.
Back in those days, because we dark-skinned people.
Right, but what were we before that?
Right.
Keep tracing it back, because you also had Arabs, but they could have been Israelites, you know, that got in power positions, but that's just something they called black men that were kings and that were in power. They called them the Moors.
And that was given unto them by people who didn't have skin complexions that we have.
Yep.
That's how they separated us. Just like, you know, they call us black and they call people white today. They separate. It's a separation thing.
And they always do that.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's why they start calling us the Jews.
Yeah.
That's the name that was put on us, Judah, Benjamin, Levi. The Jews. We are Hebrew Israelites. That comes from the Lord, right? Verse 19 again. I'm gonna go back. It says, "If any man shall take away from the words of the book of this prophecy, God shall take away his part out of the book of life and out of the holy city, and from things which are written in this book."
Yeah. So you just gotta be careful, man. You know, it's just we gotta know what the Bible say and speak what the Bible say and leave it there. You know what I mean? And if you don't know, before you speak, go try to figure out, so that way you don't be taken away. You know what I mean? So, and that's very important.
And use prayer.
Use prayer.
And you see, like, and this is why we out here, because our people want to be into everything else but this Israelites. Our people want to be Egyptians. Okay, yeah, we lived in Egypt. We went to slavery in Egypt, so yeah, our people were Egyptian citizens. You could say that in the type of way. The same way we can say we Americans today. If that's the case, if we can say we Americans today, then we can say we were Romans, we were Greeks, we were Egyptians, we were Babylonians. Any captivity that we was under, then yeah, you will be a citizen of them. So you could say that as far as like a citizen way go. But our people want to go to everything. We just trying to keep it simple. Did we read say keep it simple?
Yeah.
We are Hebrew Israelites, but our people want to be to everything. But that's the spirit, because the Lord could guide a lady like that to come up here and just hear that truth. We Hebrew Israelites.
That's exactly what happened. She came from this way, from down there, then she walked to the corner, then she walked down there, then she turned around. The whole time she was looking, then she turned around, came back, and now she's going that way. But yeah, I'll read this next one. This Proverbs 4:7. It say, wisdom is the principal thing. Therefore, get wisdom, and with all thy getting, get understanding. So, knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. So, it say wisdom is the principal thing, right, which is next to knowledge and then understanding. So, understanding will probably be the lesser of the three, but you gotta have, but they all go together. You gotta have them all in order to, you know, to be able to apply what you need to apply. You know what I'm saying? To do what you're trying to do.
You want me to get the next one? Or
yeah, you can.
1 Corinthians chapter 8, verse 1. It says, now as touching things offered into idols, that's what you're looking for, we know that we have knowledge. Knowledge puffeth up, but charity edifies.
Yeah, knowledge puffeth up, but you can't let that get to your head. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what a lot of people do. You know what I'm saying? Become prideful, you know what I'm saying? And just think. Because you got to remember, with the knowledge and wisdom that you get is given to you by the Lord. You know what I mean? Like everything that a man does, you know, some of your most powerful speakers, some of your most powerful, you know, people might be able to get out here and break down precepts to like you've never heard before. You know what I'm saying? But you will hear them in that same breath giving all praise to the Most High. Right? So you can't let that, you knowing and having knowledge and knowing things get to your head, because just as well as the Lord gave it to you, he could take it away.
Yeah. And then, especially with Judah, that's a big problem with Judah, because, you know, we come from a line of kings. So that royal spirit is in us. So what do Judah do when they get to the top always? They always praying to the Lord, and then when they get to the top, then they start to have forward thoughts. They start to go past the Lord.
Yeah.
Because now, just relying off the Lord, they already conquered that. They already to the top. They don't need the Lord no more.
Yeah.
Now they want to get into all these other doctrines. Now they want to puff up at the Lord, because now they like, okay, I'm at the top now. What I need the Lord for?
Yeah.
Perfect example, Kanye West. He started out Jesus walk, and then when he got to the top, he started making books talking about Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
He's Jesus. So at first it was, man, I need the Lord. I'm praying to the Lord. Same thing with Kendrick Lamar. When he started out, he was like a gospel rapper, damn near. Right. He was always talking about the Lord this, the Lord that, the Lord this and that. Now his songs today, he questioning everything about the Lord. And now he at the top now. This is what Judah do. All the tribes do this, but Judah really do this because we got that royal blood in us. So it's not enough for us to get at the top and say, man, thank the Lord and be under the Lord. Mm-hmm. We get to the top now, we like, okay, we conquer the Lord. Okay, we at the top now, we don't need the Lord no more. Now let's get into Greek shit. Let's get into Egyptian shit.
Everything but the book. Yep. Everything but the book that was actually made for us. And that's why the Lord said that Judah should be the one that their brothers shall praise, is because we are the leaders. You know what I'm saying? We are the leaders. All the other nations waiting to see what we gonna do. You know what I'm saying? I mean, not nations, all the other tribes waiting to see what we gonna do. You know what I'm saying? So if we questioning the Lord about everything, then we putting that seed into the rest of the brothers' heads. Yep. And so they're gonna be questioning about everything because they follow behind us. And that's literal. You know what I'm saying? I'm not just saying that. The other tribes literally follow behind Judah. Yep.
And now you see why we got the worst punishment of all the tribes. Because brothers like to be like, man, they not Israelites because they ain't have it like us. Nah, they Israelites, but it's just we had it worse than everybody because we the head. We supposed to be the example to all the rest of the Israelites.
Yeah, it's just like if your mother leave you in control of your brother, you the oldest, and then when she come back and the house destroyed and they done broke the glass table, you gonna get the worst whooping out of them. Why? Because you was in control. You was supposed to be looking after them. You was supposed to be watching them. She left you in control. It's the same thing.
1 Corinthians 8 verse 2. If any man think that he knoweth anything, this says any man. This include not just us. This including your elders, your great elders that you look up to. It says any man. If any man, because they use this scripture to a brother they look down or that they under, or that they think they better than. If any man think that he knoweth anything, he knoweth nothing, yet as he ought to know. But if any man love God, the same is known of him.
Exactly. So that's why we get all praises to the Most High. because we know this is not our knowledge. You know what I'm saying? Just like in Exodus, when I'm trying to think of where I'm trying to go. When the Lord was using Moses, right? He was using Moses to go talk to the people. When he was finna wipe us out, he was finna wipe the Israelites out. You know what I'm saying? So the Lord, I mean, and I use that to use like the Lord, if he choose you to be the vessel to get his knowledge out there, then thank him for that. You know what I'm saying? Don't, like, just like the last precept said, let it puff you up. You know what I'm saying? Let you get all prideful, because the Lord don't need you. You know what I'm saying? There's plenty more vessels out here that he could use to do the same mission and do it better. You know what I mean? So don't think that this is your knowledge and that you attain this. Just always remember that it was given to you. And then which is in turn, that's knowledgeable in itself, because you knowing that this knowledge is not yours and that it wasn't given to you and that the Lord gave it to you, that's how you get your wisdom and your understanding.
And then the Lord never really, if you read the Bible from the front to the back, who's the Lord really dealing with? He's not dealing with brothers that came up in the system, came up in the ranks, and then became the top teacher or the top leader. The Lord be dealing with brothers that was just was meek, out there on their own, regular dudes, and building them up all the way to the top. When you look at King David, for example, you know, he was wrestling bears and tigers. He was working under his father. He wasn't known amongst Israel as the great dude. He's next to the air. When you look at Yahushua, he wasn't with the wicked Pharisees and scribes and came up under their system and worked his way up to the top and got love from them, and they loved him, and then they promoted him to leader of the camp. Then they promoted him to aerial leader of the camp. Then they promoted him to elder status and up and coming elder, and then they promoted him to apostle. That's not what happened, is it? No, he got out there and he picked up and started teaching and spreading the gospel. And he met some brothers, just, you know, an overview of the story. He met some brothers. He said, come follow me. He got the brothers with him. They went to start teaching. They ain't go to the wicked Pharisees and scribes to get permission. Hey, can we teach out here? No, they came together. They were led by the Spirit of the Lord, and they went out there and started teaching, man.
I got a precept to that. Because that's exactly what he did to the nation too, as well. You know what I'm saying? He didn't pick us because we was the most strongest and the most powerfulest. And every war we got into, we won. And we had the most mightiest, strongest, buffest looking dudes. And we was the most feared. He didn't pick us because of that. This is a precept, this Deuteronomy 7:7. It said, the Lord did not set his love upon you, nor choose you because you were more in number than any people. For ye were the fewest of all people. Verse 8, but because the Lord loved you and because he will keep the oath which he has sworn unto your fathers. So I just read that just to show you, just kind of piggybacking off what the brother just said, that if the Lord chose you to be a vessel to work for him, it's not because you was the most popular in school growing up, you know what I'm saying, because you drive the flyest cars, you know what I'm saying. That's not why he chose you. You know what I'm saying. He chose you because he chose you. You know what I'm saying. You got to appreciate that.
Spirit.
Yeah,
so when brothers come in this truth, don't just come in this truth and get all star-eyed and you looking at the top elders in the truth and saying, man, I got to submit to them, man, they the men, and let me go follow after them, man. You look, when all hell break loose, a lot of shit gonna change on what y'all seeing right now. These guys can hold offices and stand at the top of the hill like they the top leaders because ain't nothing really happening. And they got a lot of men, they got groupies that want to follow after them. Because they were a part of this original camp, and then they split off, and then some brothers went with who they liked it more, and then other brothers seen what they was doing and said, I want to come and be a part of what y'all doing, just, you know, that type of shit, man. But when all hell break loose and that YouTube get took down, and that communication from state to state get took down, things are going to change. This, Ecclesiasticus, Sirach and the Apocrypha, chapter 1, you could break this one down. Verse 2, who could number the sand of the sea and the drops of rain and the days of eternity? Who can findeth out the height of heaven and the breadth of earth and deep in wisdom? Wisdom has been created before all things, and understanding is from everlasting. The word of God, which it says prudence from everlasting, but it's kind of like weird how they spread his view, his V for understanding. So it's kind of throwing me off. The word of God Most High, is the fountain of wisdom, and her ways are everlasting commandments. Because wisdom is like a feminine. Because what it say, love.
Right.
Wisdom is love. To who has the root of wisdom been revealed, and who has known her wise counsel? So you got it. So. I mean, I'll speak on it a little bit. So it's like, you can't number the sands of the sea. Whoever you look up to as the top leader on the earth right now, he can't number the sands of the
you can't even number the hairs on your head.
You can't number how many drops of rain. You can't number the days of eternity. You can't find out the height of heaven. You don't know how many cubits or whatever it takes to get into space. You don't know that off the top of your head. You don't know the number. You could go Google it, and Esau gonna give you an estimate, but he's not gonna give you an accurate estimate. The Lord can, right? And one more thing, you don't know the size of the earth, man. So, and whoever you look up to on earth don't know it either. So follow the Lord rather than follow man.
Yeah, God. And that just goes back into the precept that I brought out, Matthew 4:4. You know what I'm saying? We live off every word that come out of the mouth of the Lord, not off our own understanding of like what we think, what we believe. You know what I'm saying? I mean, because you know, like, a lot of people, you see some of the most successfulest people get to a level, just like he brought out Kanye. You know what I'm saying? Now, when he was walking, you know, kind of in the ways of the Lord, you know, he became the richest, at some point, the richest black man in modern time. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And now, when he started trying to make the people believe to follow him because he is Jesus, as he would say, then that's when you start seeing him lose everything, because that's blasphemy. You know what I'm saying? That's blasphemy. Like,
and then let me say this. That shit gonna get you killed when all hell break loose, man.
Hell yeah.
That forward thoughts and all that shit gonna get you killed when all hell break loose. When all hell break loose, bro, just do what the Lord said. Don't add nothing, because when you add to the word and shit, bro, that shit, you're not gonna last, bro. Just imagine yourself out there trying to survive at the end. When all you gotta do is follow what the Lord said. But imagine you trying to add to it. And then you go eating catfish. Well, let me add to catfish.
I was just for to say that.
Because, the Lord said not to eat catfish. Or if
but I'm starving, though.
Scale, but I'm starving, but what I'm going to do is, I'm going to cook it extra. So then it'll be good for me to eat it.
Yeah.
And then you end up dying.
Yeah.
Just follow what the Lord said. All that adding to it and forward thoughts, that shit going to get you killed, man. Just stay behind the shield of the Lord.
I had a brother try to argue with me. You know what I'm saying? That, because alright, so like, somebody tried to get on me the other day because I won't shave my face. I won't line it up. I won't do nothing to it. It's just growing how it's growing. It's patchy and everything. And like, man, that shit look crazy, man. Go and do something to it. I'm like, nah, I can't. See, man, you be we see it every day, man. You taking that shit too serious. I'm like, nah. I'm like, that's how you feel about it, but I know what I'm doing, though.
Staying behind your shield.
Exactly.
Shield of the Lord. People say that to me too. I do give you his number. He like, man, you know I cut hair, right? He like, because this right here, bro, I gotta line you up, bro. Come get with me. I'm like, man,
nobody stuck no line.
You know what I mean?
None of that.
How many times have you tried to deal with a chick? You was finna end up talking to her or whatever, and then you find out she had a man. Now, did you try to find a way around that like King David, adding to it forward thoughts? Or did you just say, you know what? Let me just do what the Lord said and back off.
I mean, he gonna bring another one to me. And those be the benefits of following the law. So it's like you would be tempted, right? You would be tempted until like you would be hanging with your brothers. Now you know they don't believe what you believe, so they don't follow what you follow, and then they be around and they try to get you to do some shit that's gonna go against the law that can hinder you, or it might benefit you right then and there in that moment. Just like he brought out the example of a woman. So like if you go and you find out this lady got a man, and you still decide to try to fuck with her, you know what I'm saying? Then that can fuck up everything. Versus if you do be like, nah, you know what? I know what the law say, and then you turn around a couple weeks or so later, a couple months or so later, one just fall pretty much in your lap.
Or you find out something about the girl you was pursuing, you like, damn, I'm happy I just followed what the Lord told me to do. That shit like saved me, bro. If I would have been thirsty and trying to find a way around it, that I would have been in a fucked up position. That shit say, right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then just to switch it, just to talk about the agent thing. Follow what the Lord did. When y'all doing this thing where y'all want to expose agents, y'all want to put them up, expose them, and say, look, we found the agents.
Yeah.
That shit gonna end up backfiring on you. Because then what Esau gonna do? He just gonna let him be sloppy with it. But if you keep exposing them, then he gonna tighten up when he send the agents. Now he gonna start doing it in tricky ways. So you really just kind of just do what the Lord said, man. The Lord never said, hey, go on YouTube and start exposing all the agents. Never said do that, man. Because he didn't do that.
Yeah.
And he didn't show you that example when he did it, because he could have did it. But he didn't.
Yeah, and he could have changed, the Lord could have potentially changed his destiny if he would have went off from his mission that that the Most High put him on. You know what I'm saying? You can't change destiny, man. Just leave it alone. It
Stop
is what it is.
adding to it. Just do what the Lord did to the best of your ability. Stop adding shit, man. Because then that's when you're going to go wrong. Like we just said, all hell break loose, man. Just follow what the Lord told you to do. Don't add to it, bro. Because then you're going to be protected behind that shield. You got something?
Nope. That was it. Okay, yeah, so we're going to end it off there, man. We're going to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakradash. Shalom.